We ain't going nowhere. Yeah. We still in Morocco, and we still ain't found the chosen prophet or apostle. And we still see rappers die every day like Pop Smoke. They gon' do you like P&B Rock at Roscoe's. Ain't take off, the chain don't take off. We still got shot though. Gotta bite my tongue on this one. Wanna say a lot though. For real, I wanna say a lot though. Yeah. We still in Morocco. Yeah. But we still on the block though. And we still getting chased by the cops though. And we still gotta slide on the ops, bro. Cause when you live fast, you gon' die slow. What I live for, I'ma die for. When you live fast, you gon' die slow. I just hope I die in Morocco. Yeah, 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 yeah. We still in Morocco. And we still screaming free El Chapo. Still need a plug like Pablo. Got a goddess look like a motto. She mulatto. Same thing that I live for, it's what I die for. It's survival. Still gang cause it's tribal. You can never leave the streets behind you. With so many ops and rivals, I sleep with it with my eyes closed. Locked up where the time go. Back out, now you grind slow. Money funny, we ain't laughing though. Wearing guns like fashion though. The Black Mobs, Black Capone, Crip Jesus book, chapter 1. We still in Morocco. But we still on the block though. And we still getting chased by the cops though. And we still gotta slide on the ops, bro. When you live fast, you gon' die slow. What I live for, I'ma die for. When you live fast, you gon' die slow. I just hope I die in Morocco. Yeah, 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 yeah. And the empire of Morocco seized the devil and bound him for 1,000 years, throwing him into the bottomless pit forever and ever. Amen. We still in Morocco, yeah. But we still on the block though. And we still getting chased by the cops though. And we still gotta slide on the ops, bro. When you live fast, you gon' die slow. What I live for, I'ma die for. When you live fast, you gon' die slow. I just hope I die in Morocco. Yeah, 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 yeah. Amen. Yeah, we right here. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah, we're not going nowhere. No. So it seems that these dudes have decided to just like fully go in on me. I haven't disrespected nobody. I'm not bothering nobody. But this is what goes on, y'all. Now, my people always want to blame the government. They always want to say the government and the Willie Lynch and the white man. But the truth is, you have a higher self and a lower self. And those of us that deal with the lower self too much, we get to hating our own kind. We might use different names for him. Like you might say, he's a blood. Or somebody that knows more science that hates themselves may say, you're a black, you're not a Moor. Or, you know what I mean? They'll find any way to take their own people and hate them. I see dudes on IG that talk conscious community stuff and they say, I hate blacks and niggas, though I hate niggas. You know, nigga mean ignorant. They find any excuse to hate their own. I don't hate none of my own. My people need to learn to love instead of hate, straight up. So is Moorish science even real? I know y'all hear me say this a lot. Like, what is Moorish science? What is he talking about? Is all this? Y'all think it's like a religion or something, huh? Well, I'm gonna break it down today. But before I do, let me tell y'all why I'm doing this. I want to talk about serious things like what's going on in the political space right now, what's going on with the weather, what's going on with our food. And we are going to talk about those things. But before we get there, I need to make sure that none of my people get lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people trying to mislead my people and misguide my people. So for those that know what's going on, welcome to the Black Illuminati.
You know, when you're a black man in America, you gotta make something out of nothing, baby. You gotta wiggle, you gotta move, you gotta finesse, you gotta tap in. That part.
Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the black Illuminati. We be posted at Leimert Park, hustling, catching bodies. A dripping OT. Thirsty peaches flew to Saudi. Money schemes, my niggas had dreams of riding Bugattis. Now it's 4-finger rings supreme with kings around me. Watch me turn the metaphysical to physical. It's not just lyrical, it's literal. These guns get rid of you, the spiritual. Spit out, let drip off a nigga lip, but get up in you and rip you up like 100 hollow tips. Bismillah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammadeen. Had a dream last night on some other shit. Farrakhan and Malcolm X pulled up in the mothership. Talking about UFOs, black kings and queens that was rich as fuck, swimming in pools of gold. But niggas like you don't wanna hear that though. You were descended of one of them snitches or dudes that told the white man about all the fucking Jews and gold. And that's how everybody in the crew got sold. Fucking blabber mouth, I don't like his type. Pull that ratchet out, we tapping in. All these bitch niggas doing is tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the black Illuminati.
So you see that one? Yeah.
Oh, we back at it.
That's that one, yeah. Back at it again. In the hood entertainment. You feel me?
Night, man.
That part.
You never know what's gonna bring.
See, I ain't know if it's in the hood music, in the hood clothing. That's where they go. In the hood entertainment. In the hood entertainment.
To the people.
Right.
And all they have to do is drop the prophet's name, drop a couple things in the circle 7, because a lot of people don't even have the circle 7.
So before y'all get lost in the sauce wondering what the hell is going on, my people, the first teaching of Moorish science, before you get into all this history and hopping around and all of that. Now, some people may be saying, I thought you was the 5%. I thought you was the guy who was going to learn the 120. Okay, yeah, we're going to get to all of that. See, I ain't even want to bring it to you as the 120 because you got to walk and talk with God to get the 120. I didn't want to bring it to you as the 101 or the Moorish science because you got to go to the temple to get the Moorish science. So I'm only doing this episode because these dudes keep speaking on what I teach, and I need to clarify this for my people because I'm realizing as my students come back to me, they get a lot of confusion as they run out into the world. I keep telling them, man, look it, y'all got to slow down with all this conversation y'all doing with people because these new age internet people, if you're not going to an actual space or area or a class with a group of people, if you're just meeting up with one person or you on the phone, internet with one, you got to be careful. Because these internet dudes, check this out, man. I'm not even going to keep speaking too much. Just check this out. And don't say I didn't warn you. You feel me? Peace.
Or even understand it, should I say.
Exactly.
They may have it, but they don't even understand what the prophet even wrote in that book for us to understand it.
Right. People ain't comprehending yet. Exactly.
Right. They don't know how to read it. I think this Crip Jesus got an agenda to get on this rap scene. Because this nigga got all types of songs and playlists and all that, you know. So I think his agenda is about music.
Right.
Like a lot of these young conscious brothers is coming up, and I'm not knocking them or judging them, you know, at all. You know, I say, you know, if they trying to do something different than besides acting Black, Negro, and colored, okay, but it's getting out of hand now. It's getting way out of hand, and people don't realize that the attack on the Moors is so bad. Eventually, some of these Europeans is going to try to take our nationality, I believe.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to popularize insulting us. See, they take little subtle jabs at us with characters like this. You see what I'm saying? And I know you can't
believe he got all that blue on.
Yeah, and you know we'll get hurt if we wear blue in Cali. So, dude, that ain't nothing that we accepting into our pure movement.
And there ain't no blue fez.
That's what I'm saying. And he got the nerve to post this pic with Kenu. And Kenu, I know Kenu don't rock like that with them different color fez. He directly teach you that. You know, putting some on your fez. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's like Crip Jesus representing some secret order we don't know about. And if the prophet was lifting the veil, why we don't know about your secret organization, Crip Jesus?
That's right. That's right. Because the prophet didn't have no secrets.
He didn't have no secret. He was lifting the veil and free everybody from these dudes who want to be the king and have subjects. You know, we're not doing that no more.
No.
You hear me?
No, we were freeing the people by giving them all the information.
Facts. So
The correct information.
The correct information for the free. And that's what make you a spiritual leader. So that's why I say they have ulterior motives outside of what the prophet instructed for us to do, to stay out the way and be peaceful. So he's showing these as photo ops to make it like he's active, but he don't know that I know Kenu don't know what he's doing. Kenu don't know he's on the YouTube causing confusion. I know this because I know this man. Now if Kenu act like he with this, we can all complain on him because you shouldn't be letting him do this.
Right. But he may not be under Kenyu's charter either.
I know he's not. That's what I'm saying. He just went out as a spectator taking these pictures. Now he's trying to fool the people like he's a part of something.
Right. You know, so he can ride on that. And then people will identify that and think that he's legit.
Exactly. And I caught it. You see how quick I caught it? And a lot of people.
You did. Yeah, you did.
Come on now. We're not falling for this. I know Ken, you don't know me, and he wanna try me to think that I won't even call Kenu up. And I know it's a waste of time.
This Crip Jesus be saying he's from the tribe of Gullah.
Right.
That's the one thing. Not does he only ride on the Washita Moors, he also claims this Gullah shit.
Right. I think I've seen that, which we know is confusion.
Yeah.
So he's the Washita Gullah and.
Now, how dare this old black woman call my family lineage Gullah shit? Like, I didn't even want to cuss up here, bro. You just called, rest in peace to my grandfather. You just called. See, this is why I fear even dealing with this conscious community, because they get too disrespectful. And when I deal with other Asiatics, when I deal with the Albions, when I deal with all these different colors and races and creeds and cultures, they don't get this disrespectful. You just called my family heritage shit. You don't even know what you really are. You're pledging allegiance to the Moroccan government. That's the government that acted as the federal head over us. The Sultan of Morocco is the one we appeal to on an imperial level. Empirical level. But on a kingdom level, which would be in the United States, your state, each state has its own constitution. Each state is its own kingdom, with Washington, D.C. acting as the federal or the imperial. That's how the Sultan of Morocco and Fez acted over us. And we still had our different tribes, which would be our different nations, our different kingdoms. Gullah Geechee is the kingdom, the nation, the tribe that I came from. And on an international level, we were Moors. I'm really a Moor. Like I know where my great grandfather came from, and he came over here from Europe to over here to fight against the United States and be with our people. My family lineage really is really Moorish. Is really Moroccan. Like, it really came from North Africa and West Africa through Spain up to the French area, in the Normandy area, across to over here to the Ogeechee River, making me Gullah Geechee. How would you call my history and my lineage shit? And you just said I'm not judging these brothers, I'm not knocking them, and so you knock me for getting some promotion, and instead of sitting up there talking about shooting people and smoking drugs and all this crazy stuff, I promote teaching the truth to the people, the whole truth, not just the Prophet Noble Drew Ali Moorish science truth, the whole truth. I give them a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And let me guess, y'all think that Moorish science started with y'all or started with Noble Drew Ali? Y'all don't think there was Moors before that or something? Because y'all don't study. Y'all religious. Y'all two are religious. Y'all don't study nothing, I could tell. And you just called my nation shit. And y'all probably Gullah Geechee too, because we were the only ones fighting for y'all. When y'all was sitting over here enslaved, being suckers, or signing treaties with the government to become Indians, we were fighting. We are the ones that Noble Drew Ali is talking about. He was born in North Carolina. He's from the Carolinas. He's telling our story, the Yamasee War and all that. That's the Gullah Geechee story. But y'all don't study, y'all don't know nothing. Don't you ever refer to my stuff like that. This is why I don't even really want to deal with these people no more.
And he's a Crip Mason. You're like, this too much, man.
He's doing way too much.
Right.
Way
And
too much.
I'm really on the, yeah.
But I'm glad that you out here exposing them, because I don't want the younger generation of upcoming Moorish Americans thinking that they should follow what he's teaching. You know, stay with the true teachings of the prophet and what he gave us. Because like I said, like he said, if you can't save a nation, at least save yourself. This nigga is leading us off leading the young generation off the cliff.
All right, could I ask you this? Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the type of communication we have,
She keep calling me the N-word over and over. This N, this N, this N. Am I calling you the B-word? Am I calling him the B-word? Am I showing videos of y'all? Am I going through y'all pages looking at y'all saying y'all this, y'all that? What's up with y'all, bro? This like the 4th, 5th video you did on me. I got all my contact information in my bio. He refuses to hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, email. He won't call me. I got all my contact info. But he wants to sit up here with this random woman and call me the N-word. This is why y'all need to come to me. Any of y'all thinking about go and join this and join that? Any of y'all got the Blue Bible? Because I done sold plenty of copies. Y'all need to start calling me. Stop just reading and thinking you know what it says. You think you understand it. Because stop listening to these people, bro. Because if you think you're just going to listen to me once or twice and get the Blue Bible and that's it, no. We got to break this all the way down. This is just, we just scratching the surface, y'all. Because these people right here and these type of people, this is their truth right here. You better listen and be careful because, yeah, all right, for sure.
He's saying that I'm wrong for doing these videos. Like I should have contacted him personally. I'm asking you, do you think I'm wrong for the way I did it?
Hell no, because I mean the conscious community has been left without checks and balances way too long, and it don't have, if you out in the public giving that misinformation to our people, and especially I'm very passionate about the generations after me, my children, my grandchildren, to know the correct teachings. I don't need a nigga like this confusing them. So if you out there in the public giving misinformation, you're gonna be called out in the public. For giving out misinformation. Why now should he have the you know, like, you should give me that much respect and pull me to the side? No, we're past that. No, it's past that. I think you are definitely in every right what you're doing.
Right. Thank y'all, man. Thank you. Thank Big Mo in the chat too. And I was just making sure I wasn't wrong because I'm pretty much known for this by now. And everybody want to act oblivious all of a sudden.
Right. I don't know why he even thought he was going to get away with this. I was waiting for you. I've been waiting for you to catch this nigga. But then I just said, I just said, well, you know, maybe PNF is just saying, fuck it, ain't worth it. You know, that's just another nigga coming off Crumb. Because, you know, Crumb will bring some bums up here to say anything.
Right, he be bringing these characters. We got to call them out. Since he brought this character, we might as well call it out.
Right, so I was just like, I've been sitting back waiting. And when it hit my timeline, I was like, yes, I got to hear this shit. He is so, I mean, everything you said about him was so right. And then I actually got to see some things that I didn't notice. I was like, oh, nigga, you wrong.
Yeah, you dead wrong, disrespectful. And what triggered me was how he racially.
You know what? I'm done. How can y'all tell people to not call themselves black, colored, or Negro, but y'all say nigga? She said nigga about 10 times. You didn't check her not once. Not once did you say, hey, ma'am, you know, we are Moors. Let's stop using that type of language. See what I'm saying? This is exactly what Knowledge Born Allah was talking about. This is exactly what Knowledge Born Allah was pointing out. How can you tell me not to say Negro, black, or colored? You got such a problem with the definition of black, And I want to tell you something. Don't be jealous and mad because I'm super dark. Yeah, you see that black ink in my skin? It's hard to even tell it's there because I'm black. I'm damn near the color of my beard. And you jealous, huh? You look like one of them light-skinned haters. Hey, light skin. Don't be mad. Embrace me, Luke. I am your father. We are one. You cannot run from this. There's a million more brothers like me. And you can call me the N-word and you can hate me all you want to, but I have no hate in my heart. I only have love. Love. Because I'm a God. That's all I know how to do is love.
Racially profiled me. So he racially profiled me because he think Moorish science is a black coat where black people come together, not knowing that we're global people. We recognize 22 Asiatic families. We ain't just dark skinned. A lot of us light skinned, brother.
No.
So the man said,
dark skinned.
Yeah, exactly. So his mind is on an Afrocentric point of view, first of all, because you don't even understand.
Have you ever seen his woman, his counterpart?
Right. Yep, that's true. That is true.
No, she's not no modest woman.
Right. Facts. Let's go and get her right quick.
She be wearing them club hoe clothes and shit. And I just said, no respectable Moorish man wants something like that.
At least, yeah, let's go get it.
Oh no, I didn't even notice that. Hold on. She said that my counterpart wears whole club clothes. You messed up. You crossing the line now. That's full disrespect. Y'all calling me the N-word. You letting her call women that's involved with me hoes. You got a line, PNF. And you gang banging PNF, peoples and folks. That's not how this goes, bro. You need to get out. You need to slow down, slow your roll. You out of line. You out of line for real. This ain't got nothing to do with the Moorish Science Temple no more. You're out of line as a man, as a person who's supposed to be about unity. You showing your true colors.
And I mean, she's not a bad looking woman, but since she ain't a bad looking woman, she don't need to be dressed like that.
Oh, here you go.
See, you shouldn't even put his woman out like that.
See, Crip Jesus, you're Jesus. You're using a character, a leader that's revered by billions. You're the return of Jesus, and you come back doing stuff like this after 14 years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You wrong.
Buddy. You sent out the wrong message already, talking about you're Jesus. You made a bad example, so you might want to go back into the lab.
You ain't the Jesus that the one prophet taught us.
Exactly. And that's not stalking you. That's not harassing you, brother. That's letting the people know, like, no, that's not what the prophet brought. No, the prophet didn't bring that. And you went and paid for this pick, or you went and asked this man some questions to get a pick with him, like, brother, could we take a pick? And that's it.
That's exactly what he did. He appeased to his ego, like, yeah, I've been a fan of yours. You know, can I get a pic with you? I've been wanting to show you, show my people. And he probably just took a pic with him out of courtesy.
Yeah, because can you love all the brothers, especially being an abysmal Crips himself? I think he did like a dub. So he's gonna show respect to somebody who did 14.
Yeah, and give him love.
And give him love and give him hope. This is a spiritual get together right here. You feel me? They on that type of level. And we're letting the people know that don't mean he a Moorish American that is tried and true enough to know not to cause confusion. You feel me, y'all?
Right.
He ain't one of them type of Moorish Americans.
And when he made the comment to you, like, brother, you're not coming to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Well, you ain't either, because you ain't coming with the truth.
Exactly. You ain't coming with the truth.
Coming with the truth. There is no love. There is no peace. There is no freedom. There is no justice.
Wow. That's what I needed you for. Wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I don't even know where to start, where to end. They said that I paid for a picture with Kenu Omar Bey. They said, so basically, like, I'm just, so where was we at there? Because I could have swore we was in the temple in that picture. So you said I just paid for a picture. I wasn't in the temple. I'm not part of nothing. So what's this picture then? I want to know. I'm very curious. What's this picture right here? With let's let the music play again. Isn't this Moorish Authority Day 2023? Wasn't it held in California? Oh, y'all didn't know that because y'all not part of nothing with Kenu Omar Bey. He was in California 2023 at the Moorish Authority Day. Where were y'all?
Bro, cause when you live fast, you gon' die slow. What I live for, I'ma die for. When you live fast, you gon' die slow. I just hope I die in Morocco. Yeah. We still in Morocco, and we still screaming free El Chapo. Still need a plug like Pablo. Got a goddess look like a model. She mulatto, same thing that I live for.
So that's me in the picture right there. You want me to take myself down again so you can see? Are you blind? Okay. So I don't understand where we getting this from. Okay. So here's what we need to do. We need to hit y'all with some more science. Since y'all so high level more scientists, let's talk about it then. Now y'all saying that, okay, what are y'all saying though? Because y'all saying that I can't teach what I teach because you just barely start learning about it and you think it's all a religion. That's y'all ignorance. Y'all old as hell. You in your 40s, she in like her 80s or something, and y'all don't even understand that Moorish science did not begin with Noble Drew Ali. Peace and blessings up on him. But if you're that stupid, then you need to watch this very bad. Because he was born, what was it, 1886? Like he was like,
It's what I die for. It's survival. Still gang cause it's tribal. You can never leave the streets behind you. With so many ops and rivals, I sleep with it with my eyes closed. Locked up where the time goes.
like I was saying, there were people using this science that you just learned hundreds of years before the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was born. The bloodline I'm a part of, the Gullah Geechee, we were here crossing back and forth from Europe and from Africa to over here, North America, with the Moorish culture and science hundreds of years before the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was born. See, you can't make me or break me. I'm not here to argue with you and say you're not this, you're not that. I haven't said nothing about what you guys are or not because I don't know. That's not my business. It's my business if you make it my business, but it's not. Now you say I put myself out there by teaching in public. Okay. You say I'm not coming with the truth. What am I coming with? That's not the truth. Am I not from Los Angeles? Am I not part of the thing called Crip? Okay. Am I not related to the man y'all call Jesus? I am. That has nothing to do with Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That just adds on and confirms what I teach. My legacy going back to Jesus goes through my Gullah Geechee bloodline. I'm a direct descendant of Pharaoh Akhenaton's daughter, Merit Aten, who traveled to the Iberian Peninsula and gave it the name Iberia after the fall of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. Y'all can look up all this stuff I'm talking about. Yeah, Pharaoh Tutankhamun, when he fell, you feel what I'm saying? Our families got ran out of a city called Tel El Amarna. Well, Tel El Amarna. After Tel El Amarna was evacuated by us, we went to a diaspora. Some went west, some went south, some went north. All right. Now, those that had went west, they had been going west. So when they went west, they just joined in with the Numidians, the Carthaginians, the Mauritanians, and all of that. Those that went south, we already had ruling kingdoms south. Those that went east and south, they just continued to stay part of the Kush dynasties or the Nubian dynasties, as y'all call them. And they split off later to become the Aksum in the Solomonic dynasties and all of that. You know, that's Ethiopia, which ended up splitting into Djibouti, Somalia, Eritrea, Arabia, Sudan, Kenya, all of that. Now, those that went north, as I said, we went to the Iberian Peninsula. That's the beginning of the Gaul. And we spread it up to become the Gaul, the Gaelic, the Gallic. All right. This is the ancient Moors. Before this stuff y'all talking about, y'all stuck in that little trap of Tariq ibn Ziyad going from 711 to 1492. When you talk about Mauritania and all that, that goes back long before that. What are y'all talking about? Because the stuff y'all talking about being Indian and all that, that ain't got nothing to do with what the prophet taught. You can't show me anywhere where the prophet is banging Indian, because that's not what this is about. You feel what I'm saying? It says right there in the Circle 7 Quran, he's talking about the areas that were formerly known as, or today known as, Tripoli, Algeria, you feel what I'm saying, Mauritania, Morocco, all those areas, bro. So where y'all making all this new stuff up? Maybe you need to go watch my next video called We Still in Morocco, where I holler at you directly, bro, because you're just talking nonsense and you're not making any sense. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go to Wikipedia then. Let's see what they got to say about all this. You know, Wikipedia is not really a good source like that, but just to show the people that, you know what I'm saying, that you're making stuff up, bro. It's flat out. It's not really cool like that, bro. So let's check this out, man. You know what I mean? The term Moor is an oxynonym first used by Christian Europeans to designate the Muslim populations of the Maghreb, that's Africa, Al-Andalus, that's the Iberian Peninsula, Sicily, and Malta during the Middle Ages. Moors are not a single, distinct, or self-defined people. The 1911 Encyclopedia Britannica observed that the term had no real ethnological value. Europeans of the Middle Ages and the early modern period variously applied the name to Arabs, Berbers, and Muslim Europeans. The term has also been used in Europe in a broader sense to refer to Muslims in general. And don't forget, when you have the OOR there, that is like a Latinized, anglicized European way. You also have Mauritania, Moreno, Morena, Moriscos. Man, we could do this all day, bro. So y'all real problem is that y'all don't have a leg to stand on, man. And y'all keep talking about not this, not that. Y'all, what science are we talking about? What history y'all talking about? What are we gonna go into anything deep? You see, if you stay focused on the surface of Crip and his outfit, and I don't like the Crips, and what does that got to do with anything? Did you see anything I said, any of my posts or any of the videos you looked at, or any of the stuff you keep scrolling through that says anything about gang banging? You keep calling me a gang banger and this, that, and the other. Now she's going as far as to talk about my woman. Now, this is what's crazy about that. What the hell she do to you? Where's the whole clothes you talking about? What are they doing, bro? And then he don't want to say it. He don't want to call me the N-word over and over and over and call my girl a hoe, so he sends this old lady up to do it. Y'all about as foul gets. Let me tell y'all, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all need to be praying to y'all Allah. Do y'all even know the Moorish prayer? Because y'all need to say it. Y'all need to put up 5 on your left, 2 on your right. And say the Moorish prayer right now, man. For real. Because this is out of control what y'all doing. Now look. I just hate to even look. He even went more in. Let me show y'all, bro. He got more videos than this. Hold on, man. I can't believe I gotta do this. While I'm doing this, let me let y'all know what's going on. Hey Zeus, you go all the way through. That's Migo. Hey. It's all hood politics, acknowledge it. These niggas ain't graduate from no colleges in Hollywood. All these rappers selling they soul. Finger in the booty hole, these niggas Marilyn Monroe. Ray Pride, gay pride, fuck us up with that. I thought I saw a gang with 6ix9ine, I had to double back. Hold up, look, that's that nigga whack. Damn, that shit was whack. You know real niggas never feel you in the trap.
How you say you blood, stab the bloods in the back and give a voice to a fake blood, nigga, that's a rat. And he told on niggas wear the same color flag. And now YG doing videos to drag. You know it's all bad when you listening to rap and you gotta hear a bunch of niggas snitch between the ads. Oh, man. Alright, I told him take all my jewelry, clothes and guns and let me fast for 40 days by my lonely. We the 5%, other 5%, we the only ones. Lil Jamar told Vlad to his face that we the chosen ones. I shouted out Farrakhan right there on No Jumper, cuz owe me one. I'm Joseph's son, I'm Mansa Musa. I'm the one that set it up, the driver and the shooter. Crip Jesus make the trap say hallelujah. Rest in peace Raymond Washington, free Larry Hoover. It's all hood politics, acknowledge it. These niggas ain't graduate from no colleges, play ball for no scholarships, read books by Malcolm X. I gotta reach them and teach us what the teachers didn't teach them. The lost tribe of Jesus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We the lost tribe of Jesus. Israel Muslim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm him. Let's go.
He's still going in on me, y'all. He can't get enough.
That will put them in the law instead of on the other side of the law. That's how I think Moorish Americans want to approach the Constitution. And I'm going to end it on that, because talking too much is the foolishness of folly. And I got the skills. I know I got the skills to go toe-to-toe with any man at my age right now who out here teaching that now, which is, negative. I got the skills because I know what more science is. When you know thyself and your Father God Allah. So they're trying to mix up this Sunni Islam and some of that Mahdiya religion of the return of the Mahdiya, strict lessons on the people instead of just keeping it simple with the Prophet brought. Because I never seen the Prophet bring that Arabian stuff. He did mention Turk though. That we are the Turks and the Turks and Moors, but I don't remember a lot of this Arabian stuff. Okay.
Y'all see how he talks? He doesn't do his own studies. I don't know about this Arabian stuff. The Prophet did mention that we're Turks. Bro, the Turkish history is available right there. You don't got to keep talking about what the Prophet mentioned. We're talking about the Turks in the Prophet's lessons, in the NOI lessons, in the Nation of Gods and Herbs lessons. What does that mean, bro? Turks is Turks. You talk Turks in world history, but you don't know world history. You don't know Arab history. You don't know Moorish history. All you know is what some religious stuff that Kinu and them told you. That's your God, and your cousin ran you out your own temple. Tell the real truth. Why that old lady ain't tell you that? Why that old lady ain't talking about how her and you got ran out the temple and y'all over there doing drugs together? Yeah, come on, bro. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Okay, here it is right here. Okay, Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and Chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the private sector. My God and my self-law and master. What we believe we should be is about. All our people are Moorish Americans, dude. Even you're a Moorish American, Crip Jesus, but you're not a Muslim. You're not doing what you told, so I'm up here exposing you when you in your dirty ways.
This man said I was not a Moorish American 100 times. Now he's saying even you a Moorish American. Just shut up, bro. Listen, check this out. You're more ish, like Jewish. That's what you are. I'm Moroccan. I'm not what you are. I didn't have to buy a fez to earn this and become more ish. I'm Moroccan by blood, bro. I'm Gullah Geechee. I can trace my Moroccan shit back of just a few lines. My great grandfather was not from here, bro. And he wasn't from Africa neither. I'm the real thing. I'm what you trying to be. I'm what you reading the books about. That's what I really lived. That's what my great grandparents did and what I'm living out right now. I was studying court cases about my tribe, bro. You talking about I'm trying to remember what the prophet said. I think he knows what I am. You don't even know what you are. You are not. Come on, bro. You're not using this for confirmation. You're using this to try to learn about who you is. You don't even know what you are.
Cannot mix this. So he's on that little show, Killer Priest. You can't mix it. Okay. So he's definitely crept out. He ain't playing. Here it go right here. You got to be careful with this. See, he know Kenu. He done been around Kenu. He's probably trying to get a charter out there, and Kenu probably doing his homework. He probably trying to get a charter, but Kenu is definitely against the word black. I can tell you that. Kenu ain't rocking with that black word at all. So the black Illuminati is a sus. That's sus. So I don't know if this is a photo op. He just went.
Why the hell would I be trying to get a charter? Boy, I'm Gullah Geechee, boy. I'm what you trying to be. My nation's recognized. I'm what you trying to be. I'm part of ARNA, bro. The Aboriginal Republic of North America, boy. You trying to get a charter from some dude. That's you. You need you a charter for your YouTube channel. You need a charter to have permission to what this crap you teaching on YouTube, you and that old lady.
Just went to go meet Kenu just to meet him. But Kenu is strictly about the Quran, that circle 7. And his temple, wherever he opened the temple up, he can get you your nationality card. He definitely know the Quran enough to teach you that Quran and get you in your one-on-ones and your constitution. Kenu is a good Grand Sheik on that. But if you deal with Kenu on business, that's on you. That's dealing with business like, you know, how you deal with any man.
This is my big question. You keep showing my picture with Kenu and talk about Kenu, and you and her sit up here talk about me with Kenu. Where's your pictures with Kenu? Where's your pictures in the temple? Where's your picture standing outside with 4-5 boards? Where's your picture spectating? You don't got no, you are her. Where's y'all pictures with Fez hats on? Where's y'all demonstrations? Where's y'all YouTube? Y'all got all these YouTube videos talk about everybody. Where's y'all YouTube videos out putting in the work? See, I don't really care. That's why even dudes that y'all talk about like Rizza Islam and all of that, that's why I respect them, because they come outside. You not outside. You hiding. You not outside. You hiding. I'm outside with my flag like this in the hood.
We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church. We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, It feel like I'm on the sands of Egypt, just landed in Milan. Tell these hoes get down, kiss the ring of the dawn. Blue rag wrapped around my holy Quran. I was 17 with a $4 million bond. How you niggas gonna save my life? Ain't a movie, nigga. You see it's Uzi, nigga. You see these yellow hoes that keep giving me throw while I count dough in these jacuzzis, nigga. Add that shit up, yeah, this real math. Damn, I wish they free my niggas Skillcraft. I was just sitting on the bump. The homie got life, I'm counting my last month. Thank the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, We was praying to the trap God. Like, tell me what is we to do? Shit, Crips need Jesus too. Standing on the block with a pocket full of work. Every Sunday, cause I never go to church, It feel like I'm on the sands of Egypt, just landed in Milan. Like, tell me what is we to do?
Is Moorish science real? Because the stuff y'all teaching is not real. The prophet said, 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 the prophet taught, the prophet taught. So y'all under a spell. Y'all basically in part of a religion because y'all don't even go look this stuff up. Y'all talking about, I don't know about the Arab, I don't know about the Turk. I think the prophet said something about Turk. So y'all didn't go study this stuff yourself? You didn't go look your bloodline up to see if what they were saying was correct? Because after I went to the Moorish Science Temple, I was able to get myself off of parole and find out what my bloodline was and go sit down with my grandfather and really get the details. So, what did you do with your Moorish Science? Nothing. So, for everybody watching, are Moors from Africa or America? If you said either answer, you were only halfway right. See, the Moorish nationality is the only nationality that covers the Atlantic area altogether. And it is the only one where you could appeal and actually get sent back across the ocean. So when they were enslaving people over here, like let's say you lost a war or you got kidnapped or whatever, if you could prove that you had ties to the Moroccan government, you would get freed not to be here. You would get shipped back over there, and vice versa. You can get shipped from over there over here. So the trade, like you see how they say Mansa Musa was the richest person ever lived. That was because of his trade. They had trade going between over here, what's called the Americas, and over there, what they now call Africa. The point is that this stuff y'all teaching about the prophet said, the prophet said, the prophet said, the prophet said, that's the confusion. That's the wham-wham. That's the deception. You teaching all my people that the Moorish culture, history, and identity is something that just comes through a costume and a religion. It's something that a one man said. Nay, that's not what this is. If we go to page 26 of the Blue Bible, make sure y'all get y'all copies of the Blue Bible, man. If y'all tired of hearing them type of lies and getting all confused on the internet, get your copy of the Blue Bible. Hold on, man. What the hell is going on? Okay. You're acting like you don't want to show on the camera. Let me make sure it shows then. Booyah. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Hold on. I don't know. Let me put this back up there. Okay, can I get a booyah? Why it ain't showing the thing, man? There it go. The Blue Bible. Down in the description will be the link. You can get the actual physical in your hand, $33. Or if you just want to spend the $13, maybe you're a hater like them. You just want to see what I'm talking about. So you can read it and say, he lying, he wrong. We'll pay $13 and get the ebook. Download the ebook for $13, and you can find out why I say Crips need justice too. And don't believe him in them lies he teaches about Jesus means the devil. Jesus means justice. I don't know where he's getting this from. I don't know where he gets his information from. You feel what I'm saying? He's dealing with what's called mental slavery. You see right there where he got the dude in front of the computer and you got the people picking the cotton in the back. That's because that's where y'all get this from, the goddamn computer, okay? That's where y'all get this crap from. So check this out. Page 26 of the Blue Bible, which is the true Bible. Okay. The lost civilizations of the West, South America, under the ocean are called Atlantis. The Caribbean Isles are what is left of Atlantis. The continents around them are called America. The etymology of America is Al-Muraka, which means the land of Moors. We are the people of Atlantis. The lost civilizations of the Indian Ocean are called Kumari Kandam. Europe's scholars call them Lumaria, which means the moorland. No different, the lost civilizations of the Pacific Ocean are called the island of Mu. The word Moor is Latin from Mu. The prophet said, the prophet said, the prophet said. So you think the prophet just made up the word Moor and just said, here, take this. This your identity. This your flag. This is real, bro. And if you don't go research it, then you a follower. You a 85. You a robot just like the rest of them. No difference. Okay. So here's the question. Has Moorish science ever been used? Did anybody, this is the question to y'all. Did Moorish science really just pop up out of nowhere and the prophet nobody really gave it to us? Or was there a person that used Moorish science during the slavery times and actually got themselves out of science with the Moorish science? Yes. I mean, got themselves out of slavery with the Moorish science. Yes, it didn't start with Prophet Noble Dry Lee. Moorish science is a real thing, and it was used by a man that was kidnapped from Africa to get out of slavery and return to Africa. And I'm about to reveal him to you right now. Okay, but before I do, let's see if y'all can come up with the name. I'm gonna give y'all 30 seconds. Let's see if y'all know who this man is. Okay, this is a pre-record. We ain't live, but if you got it right, and I'm looking down and I'm gonna be in the comments, and if you got it right, I got something special for you. Tap in with me. You can hit me through my website, through my Instagram, or through my Twitter. You feel what I'm saying? There's many ways to find me. Just like that clown that keeps talking all that mess. I've been told him all my contact info is in my bios. You could even, my phone number is even on Instagram. So these dudes are just hiding. So this is a man right here who long before Prophet Noble Drew Ali used the science of the Moorish culture, Moorish science. He was not from Morocco. He was from the Fulani tribe, but he was a Moor because he was a noble. He was a royal of the Moorish land. And he used the science there to appeal to the Sultan and get himself out of slavery. He was enslaved for 40 years. Now, them dudes don't know this type of stuff because all they do is read the same book over and over and over. The prophet said, the prophet said, the prophet said. So Abdul Rahman Ibrahima Ibn Sori, all right? He lived from 1762 to July 6, 1829, was a Fula prince in Amir from the Fota Dajelon region of Guinea, West Africa, who was captured and sold to slave traders and transported to the United States in 1788. Upon discovering his lineage, his slave master, Thomas Foster, began referring to him as the prince. It was a title used for Abdul Rahman until his final days. After spending 40 years in slavery, he was freed in 1828 and returned to Africa the following year, but died in Liberia within months of arrival. He was a Fulani prince, y'all. And when his slave master found out, he didn't free him. See, what y'all don't know is it wasn't just like how y'all thinking like you was born in slavery. His children was born in slavery. His children were the ones they kept in perpetual slavery. But he just had to do work for a certain amount of time and then he could be freed or he could be let go or things could be negotiated. But once the trader found out that he was a prince, he said, oh, hell no, we're never letting him go. It's the same thing y'all see them do with these prisons and these parole boards and all that. Once they find out who you is and how much power you got, they try to find every reason they can to keep you under, like how they did with Meek Mill. But see, this so-called Moor and that old lady don't know nothing about that because they're not in the streets. They're not dealing with the reality that the Moorish people of North America are dealing with. We're all lost. We're all under attack. We're all being hated on because of the color of our skin. Black, the word y'all scared to say, but y'all want to keep calling me a nigga, a nigga, a nigga. Y'all need to order my book and read chapter 4, The Niggas, and learn about the beauty of that word. Why y'all so against me for teaching the people? If I teach these gangbangers and they love the Moorish science and they come over there and hug y'all and help y'all, why y'all mad at that? Y'all want to be separate from them? Y'all want to cause division and hate instead of love and unification? That don't even make no sense, man. Y'all need to come join the Black Illuminati.
You know, when you're a black man in America, you gotta make something out of nothing, baby. You gotta wiggle, you gotta move, you gotta finesse, you gotta tap in. That part.
Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the Black Illuminati. We be posted at Lemur Park, hustling, catching bodies. A dripping OT. Thirsty peaches flew to Saudi. Money schemes, my niggas had dreams of riding Bugattis. Now it's 4-finger ring supreme with kings around me. Watch me turn the metaphysical to physical. It's not just lyrical, it's literal. These guns get rid of you, the spiritual. Spit out, let drip off a nigga lip, but get up in you and rip you up like 100 hollow tips. Bismillah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammadeen. Had a dream last night on some other shit. Farrakhan and Malcolm X pulled up in the mothership. Talking about UFOs, black kings and queens that was rich as fuck, swimming in pools of gold. But niggas like you don't wanna hear that though. You were descended of one of them snitches or dudes that told the white man about all the fucking Jews and gold. And that's how everybody in the crew got sold. Fucking blabber mouth, I don't like his type. Pull that ratchet out, we tapping in. All these bitch niggas doing is tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes, with the Black Illuminati.
So you see that one? Yeah.
Oh, we back at it. You
That's that one, yeah. Back at it again. In the hood entertainment. You feel me?
Night, man.
That part.
You never know what's gonna bring.
See, I ain't know if it's in the hood music, in the hood clothing. That's where they go. In the hood entertainment. It's in the hood entertainment.
Everything.
Now, this is why Crip Jesus is needed. Because there's always some information they leave out. The Moors don't want to talk about Islam. They want to leave out certain Muslim stuff and say, oh, we're not Muslim. The Muslims want to leave out the Moorish stuff and say, we don't know nothing about that. The gods want to leave out all of that. Where do we meet in the middle? Where's the middle ground where we just get the full truth? Okay. Abdul Rahman Ibrahim Asori, the West African Fulani prince, was sold into slavery by his enemies. After 40 years incarcerated in the U.S., he was praised for his knowledge and skills. So these were people that he was kidnapping. They were kidnapping and selling to the people for not being Muslim. And that karma came back and bit him. However, under the yoke of Christian slavery, where, because you know, Islam, you could rise up. You could go from being a slave to a king. That's how the Mamelukes, the white slaves, became in power. Under the yoke of Christianity slavery, he could never rise to a higher level than house nigger with a slew of privileges. See, a lot of y'all out here are just house niggas with a slew of privileges, but y'all ain't got no real, y'all not talking about no rebellion. They're not talking about hooking up with other nations outside of this nation to really make things happen. Y'all stuck on that 100-year-old program. The devils never allowed the gods upward mobility because they were fully aware of its power, having been rose from Caucasians to Mamelukes by the upward mobility offered by the Moors in Egypt. That's how the Mamelukes came up. That's why they wouldn't allow us no upward mobility. Y'all don't know nothing about this history because y'all stuck on the prophet said, the prophet said, the prophet said. You don't even know if this is Arab history, Turkish history. You don't even know where it begins or ends. But you the high level professor here equipped to teach the truth and give us our nationality card. How you gonna give us nationality cards of a nationality you know no knowledge of? You don't even know if it goes back to the Turks, the Arabs, or what. You gotta start back from square one. Dr. Cox. Dr. Cox was a colored man. We're taught in the nation of gods and earth that the colored man is the white man. He's the one that was colored. See, it has an ED on the end, colored, past tense. It's no longer its original color. He was took from his original color of the original man and made into this pale bleached skin person. He's not the white man, but he calls himself that. The so-called white man, the colored man, was the first of his kind to reach the kingdom of Fota de Gilion. So Dr. Cox was the first so-called white colored man to reach this area. Even in sickness, he was treated with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and his family was protected. The prince's family nursed the doctor and paid for him to return home. During a visit in North America, he saw Prince Abdul enslaved and requested to purchase him. Yet the slave masters of North America refused to free him because they were proud that they had possession of royal blood. After his death, Dr. Cox's family continued his mission to free the prince. See, Dr. Cox and them freed him, and y'all ain't even trying to help free me. I'm free already doing my thing. Y'all saying enslave him, kill him, murder him, lock him up. What y'all want me to do? Sell drugs and talk about shooting people? I don't get it. I don't understand. What's wrong with Crip Jesus teaching the Crips the truth? After gaining knowledge of the treaty signed between the Sultan of Morocco and the U.S., the prince appealed for his freedom, citing Articles 2, 6, and 20 of the Treaty of Friendship. In 1826, he wrote the president and identified himself as a Moor based on his status as a noble Muslim, descended from the inhabitants of the shores of Northwest and Southwest Africa. That's what it says on the Divine Moorish Constitution, Act 6. But you're supposed to be the temple guy, right? You're supposed to be the one that does this, right? Where's your charter at? Where's your nationality card? Where's your constitution? Because how you didn't know that? Oh, my bad. You stupid. That's why. Okay. I guess. I don't even think he's stupid. I think he's working. But, you know, I'm going to keep that to myself. The prince was able to raise $200 and free his wife, but he was not allowed to free his children. Oh, shit. Hold on. He toured throughout North America, teaching our people of their Moorish ancestry and the evils of the North American slave trade that refused to free his children. Now, let's confirm this. Let's put in the Wikipedia version. Okay. Hold on. Let me get some music for y'all because we getting real deep. Hold on. Let's go to the next level, to the future. Y'all ready? Before leaving the United States, Abdul Rahman and his wife went on a 10-month tour of various northern cities to solicit donations. Through the press, personal appearances, the American Colonization Society, and politicians to be used to free his family in Natchez. He often dressed in Moorish garb to give an Oriental impression that would separate himself as a Moor from the typical black African slaves, and presented himself in a manner that would appeal to his individual audiences, telling merchants he would establish new trade, promising missionaries that he would evangelize for them, and pledging support for their Liberia colony when speaking to the American Colonization Society. Among his noteworthy champions was the minister and pioneer of education for the deaf, Reverend Thomas Hopkins Gallaudet. This highly publicized collaboration with abolitionists angered Foster and Marshall, who considered it a breach of the agreement granting his freedom, and Marshall published articles attacking both Abdul Rahman and President Adams during his bid for re-election against Andrew Jackson. So let me break this down for y'all. Part of the deal, because even when the Sultan responded to the letters and said, okay, you got to free him, and the Sultan put his foot down, he said, okay, I still got conditions. He said, I'll free him on the condition that he will not be a free black man in America. He could never return here. He got to go straight back to Africa. But he toured around for 10 months trying to free his children. And the master felt like this was a breach of the contract. This is some bullshit. This is how he felt. Like, man, come on, man. This is what I didn't want to happen. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. That's not what we're reading. We're reading this one. Okay. Abdul Rahman and Isabella, his wife, had only raised $4,000 of the estimated $10,000 needed to free their children and grandchildren when they departed without their family from Norfolk, Virginia. February 9th, 1829, on the Harriet. This voyage of freemen bound for Liberia was funded by the American Colonization Society. He wrote to America after his arrival, pushing for funding to free his children, reporting his plans to establish trade with his homeland, which he planned to visit, but also stating that he was unwell but much better. Though he had garnered support and transportation through the pretense of having fully adopted Christianity, he returned to the full practice of Islam as soon as he got in sight of Africa. He, along with 30 other Harriet passengers, died within months of their arrival amidst a yellow fever epidemic decimating the region. On July 6, 1829, aged about 67, never seeing Fouata Jalan or his children again. The funds that Abdul Rahman and Isabella raised only bought the freedom of 2 sons and their families. The 8 progeny were returned with Isabella and Monrovia the year after his death. Thomas Foster died the same year as Abdul Rahman. Foster's estate, including those children and grandchildren of Abdul Rahman who remained enslaved, was divided amongst his heirs. So, the truth is, yeah, bro. Now, you may be a descendant of one of them. The difference between me and you is I know what I'm a descendant of. I want you to do a video and stop talking about what the prophet said and with the Moorish American stuff. What are you? Because the Moorish American is the imperial identity of us. What are you underneath that? Just like when you say you're African, you still got to be Ethiopian, Nigerian, which one? Then even when you go there, they have different tribes. What are you? You're mad because I know what I am. I'm Gullah Geechee. I'm really a Moor. I'm Gullah Geechee. I know I'm a Moor. What are you, though? What type of Moor are you? Are you just one of these lost people? You probably one of the blacks made up on the sex plantations. Just some breeding stuff. You don't know what you are, bro. That's why you judge. Your type is always mad at me for knowing what I am. It's cool, though. But let's break this down even more. Is Moorish science real? Give me more proof of Moorish science being used prior to the prophet. Okay, I'll give you some more. On January 20th, 1790, a petition was presented to the South Carolina House of Representatives from a group of 4 individuals who were subjects of the Moroccan emperor and residents of the state. They described that if they happened to commit any fault amenable to be brought to justice, that as subjects to a prince allied with the United States through the Moroccan-American Treaty of Friendship, they would be tried as citizens instead of under the Negro Act of 1740. The Negro Act of 1740. Why is this so important, the Negro Act of 1740? Why does that even matter? Oh, I'm going to tell you why. But do y'all know why? What happened in 1739 that caused them to pass the Negro Act of 1730? So, the reason this brother doesn't know more science before the prophet is because his bloodline don't go back that far. Me being Gullah Geechee, I know exactly what happened and why they passed the Negro Act of 1740. Because in 1739, we told them crackers up. It's called the Stono Rebellion. We was killing them left and right. So in 1740, they passed something called the Negro Act. And who's the only one giving you these type of truths and tying in the whole Moorish science with the whole history? Me, Crip Jesus.
Oh my God, it's so cozy.
Man, let's kill him off, bro. The Stono Rebellion, also known as Cato's Conspiracy or Cato's Rebellion, was a slave revolt that began on September 9, 1739 in the colony of South Carolina. It was the largest rebellion in the South colonies, with 25 colonists and 35 to 50 killed. The uprising was led by natives who were likely from the Central African Kingdom of Congo, as the rebels were Catholic and some spoke Portuguese. The leader of the rebellion, Jimmy, was a literate enslaved man. In some reports, however, he is referred to as Cato, and likely was held by the Cato or Cater family who lived near the Ashley River and north of the Stono River. He led 20 other enslaved Congolese who may have been former soldiers in an armed march south from the Stono River. They were bound for Spanish Florida, where successive proclamations had promised freedom for fugitive slaves from British America. Which I gotta understand, this is before the United States of America was formed. This is prehistory when we talk about the U.S. history. This is before that stuff that y'all talked about. You feel me? So maybe they don't know about this, man. Maybe they science ain't went this far. You know, and I can't knock them for that. So in the 5% Nation, we are taught this. Why does the devil call our people Africans? To make our people of North America believe that the people on that continent are the only people they have and are all savage. He bought a trading post in the jungle of that continent. The original people live on this continent, and they are the ones that strayed away from civilization and are living a jungle life. The original people call this continent Asia, but the devils call it Africa to try to divide them. He wants us to think that we are all different. It's all about division. We are one. We're not Africans. We're not just Americans and we don't know where. We're from real nations, real tribes. The Washita is a real nation over here. And Raymond Washington, the one who started Crip, is really, truly a Washita. There is no nation, there is no science that my people created over here. I don't know who your people is, but my people created over here that was not part of the Moorish science. Now, the Blue Bible. You talking about where's all this blue come from? You never heard of the Blue Mosque? Did you know the imams and the holy man wore blue? But see, you don't know nothing about Moorish science. You don't. You know about what the prophet said, You don't know that before that. And that's why you'll never get it, bro. Now, you just keep talking about some Turkish. Well, I'm about to let you know, stupid man. The biggest mosque in Turkish culture is the Blue Mosque. Fool. I'm tired of even talking to these retarded ass, the prophet said 20 time ass niggas. Do some studying outside of what the prophet said. The Blue Mosque in Istanbul, also known by its official name, the Sultan Ahmad Mosque, Turkish Sultan Ahmad Kamai, is an Ottoman era historical imperial mosque located in Istanbul, Turkey. It was constructed between 1609 and 1617 during the rule of Ahmad I and remains a functioning mosque today. It also attracts a large number of tourists and is one of the most iconic and popular monuments of Ottoman architecture. Oh, no wonder he didn't know it, because it's one of the most popular and iconic, and he don't know that. He only know what the prophet said. The prophet said. Did you know when I was talking to the homie, peace to the homie Abdullah Muhammad from Morocco, West Africa, that came and visited us at Temple number 80 last week and was talking to us about how the holy man and the sheiks and the imams wear blue in Morocco. The mosque has a classical Ottoman layout with a central dome surrounded by 4 semi-domes over the prayer hall. It is fronted by a large courtyard. I mean, do I even got to do this, y'all? Or should I get back to the real knowledge? Because just tell him, somebody call him, and whoever knows him, since y'all seem to act like y'all know him, people will keep defending him. Call him and let him know that there's a blue mosque. Tell him the truth. Don't let him keep making a fool of himself. So the point is, we are an Asiatic people. We have very close ties with the Turks, with the Chinese, with the Indians, through Islam. We've been tied in with all those people since the beginning, and they've always been our people. They are us. They're just us in different forms: taller, slimmer, tighter eyes, yellow, red, shorter. So get off this color division stuff with the black and the brown versus the this and the that. We ain't doing all that over here, bro. Okay. Morocco, Moor, is used to designate the predominantly Arab Amazigh ethnic group in Mauritania, which makes up more than 2/3 of the country's population, and the small Arab Amazigh minority in Mali. This is a weak definition, but let's just look all of those things up. Let's look up, we already looked up Moor. Let's look up Arab, right? So Arab, if Arab is part of what a Moor is, what is an Arab? But this dude's so scared of Arabic and Arabia and all that. But he claims to be part of the Moorish history and all that. Like, come on, bro, you's a clown. That what you is. A straight clown. Okay. The Arabs, also known as Arab people, are an ethnic group mainly inhabiting the Arab world in West Asia and North Africa, which formerly denotes the Arab homeland. Moreover, a significant Arab diaspora is present in various parts of the world. So we could just stop right there. If we're Moabites, then we're Arab. Okay? Stupid. Mr. The Prophet said, the Prophet said, the Prophet said. Okay. Amazigh. Do this nigga know what Amazigh is? I bet he don't. Where are Amazigh from? North Africa. Berber. Berbers call themselves Amazigh, plural Amazighin, any of the descendants of the pre-Arab inhabitants of North Africa. The Berbers live in scattered communities across Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Mali, Niger, and Mauritania. Sad, bro. Very sad when you got to educate these dudes on basic information. That's Spain to Morocco. Just in case you didn't understand that. In case you needed some knowledge on that, all right? But hold on. Let's look up Mauritania for this brother right here. Okay. Check this out, brother. Y'all can see that? Okay, I'm glad y'all can see that. Let me scroll it down a little bit so y'all can see the map and y'all can see the flag and all that. Okay. Can y'all see that? Okay, I'm glad y'all can see that. Check this out. The country's name derives from the ancient Berber kingdom of Mauritania, located in North Africa within the ancient Maghreb. Berbers occupied what is now Mauritania beginning in the 3rd century AD. Now, what's funny is they're talking about that piece of land. The word Mauritania has been used to describe the people of West Africa since the BC times. Now we finna go to the Blue Bible real quick. Let's go to the Blue Bible real quick. Okay. Now let's go to the back to the index. Y'all might want to get y'all copy of the Blue Bible. The new version is sick. If you already got a copy of the old version, hit me up and I'll get you a copy of this new version. We could swap it out for damn near free, or you can get it for the low and have a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Give your old one to your cousin or your mama, somebody you want to learn, and you can study out this one and be sick. Mauritania, page 64 and page 72. Page 64 says, what does it say about Mauritania? Oh, the Romans called the lands of West Africa by the name Mauritania, which means the land of Moors. It is written that the people of Mauritania are descendants of the giant named Goliath in the Bible. His name is truly the term Gala with the suffix ith, meaning he is of the Gala, the native giant people of the Holy Lands who built Jerusalem and the pyramids were ethnically Gala. So I'm from the real Moor bloodline. You from a nigga who just learned some shit from what the prophet said. The prophet said, the prophet said. You and Mrs. whatever her name is. Y'all need to learn that in the Blue Bible is revealed the actual true tribe and bloodlines of what y'all think y'all know. Every Moorish science temple dude should be coming to me getting this book, or you don't know nothing.
Oh my God, it's so cozy.
time that we were in North Africa and West Africa, and when the plates were closer in North America and West Africa were basically right next door to each other, when all that was going on. Okay, hold on, my bad. I can't just be saying this stuff and not showing y'all. So let me pull out the Washita map. Not no pseudoscience, the real science. He mad because all he got is what the prophet said. He don't know none of the science. Did he know that Empress Verdiachi is actually related to Noble Drew Ali? Did he know that? Did you know that the woman that you call her science, pseudoscience, she's related to the one that you call prophet? Here goes the map. God damn, why is it not popping up? Here goes the map, brother. Okay, so you can see right there, that's what you call South and North America, fitting right into the bump called Africa. The reason why you're confused by this because you don't study this. You just go off what the prophet said. The prophet said, I think I remember, even though I was only in the temple a little time, I've been doing this. I've been outside digging stuff up and trying to learn it on my own, digging in the ground and calling all the Indians Moors. Nah. There's a connection here. If you're not part of these major conglomerates that were Moorish that were over here, then you might be a descendant of some slaves, some random Indians, whatever, and you need to come to us and learn the truth. All right, cool. But don't be mad at me because I'm actually the real thing that you're trying to be. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of our people are, whether they know it or not, they just got to keep studying. So while we were over here in quote unquote Africa and America, like Florida and all that area and all that, right in between there is Spain and Portugal, the Iberian Peninsula. This is not like deep to understand or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So Berbers occupied what is now Mauritania beginning in the 3rd century AD. Arabs under the Umayyad Caliphate conquered the area in the late 7th century, bringing Islam. Arab culture in the Arabic language. In the early 20th century, Mauritania was colonized by France as part of the French West Africa. What is this dude talking about? He gonna talk about it's the psyop, the Africans. He's teaching us the psyop. Now, do anybody know the name of the Moors that were in Spain that got converted to Catholicism? 30 seconds. If you get it right, I'm not live, but I'm gonna check the comments. I'm gonna be live in the comments when this is airing live. And if you get it right, tap in with me and I got something special for you. Well, if you got it right, then you got it. You got Moriscos, the Moriscos, all right? These are the men who converted to Catholicism, and a lot of them secretly still practiced Islam, and they still were Moors, but they had converted to Catholicism, and they became the conquerors, the conquistadors, the explorers, and all of them. They were Moors too. Yeah, Columbus was a Moor. That's the 3rd degree of the 1 through 14. Understand the degree of the 1 through 14. Why did we let half original man Columbus discover the poor part of planet Earth? Moriscos were former Muslims and their descendants whom the Roman Catholic Church and the Spanish Crown commanded to convert to Christianity or face compulsory exile after Spain outlawed the open practice of Islam by a sizable Muslim population in the early 16th century. Do Moriscos still exist? Today, the majority of the Morisco diaspora is dispersed throughout North African countries. In Morocco, descendants of Moriscos live in Rabat, Saleh, in the northern cities of Chef Chaouen, Tetuan, and Tangier. When they fled Spain, the Moriscos left everything behind but their culture and traditions. What you know about the brother that came down to visit us at Temple number 80 on 87th and Normandy on, what was that, August 17th, I want to say? 18, 19, 20, no, 20, 25, 19. He came on August 18th, okay? And he was from the city right here. It's called Rabat. I swear to God he was. And he said he was a direct descendant of Tariq ibn Zayed. He was of the Bay tribe. See, y'all don't know that type of stuff because y'all probably never even met nobody from there. Ooh. Oh, man. Mexico's Arabic heritage can be traced back to the Moors, the North African Muslims who invaded Spain in 711 and ruled for almost 800 years. The Moors had a dramatic and long-lasting impact on the Iberian Peninsula, introducing scientific, mathematic, and philosophical concepts that are still used today. Bam! Somebody get this man a map and show him that you from way over there. You from the niggas that was getting slaved out and had to get initiated back. Brother, I'm from over here where the yellows at. My family was over here the whole time. When we fled, see, we Gullah Geechee. We from over there. We from that area, but we fought. We're not like y'all. You from the tribes that submitted. We fought and we left and we went to the south. Florida, Louisiana, Texas, all that down there. You feel what I'm saying? New Mexico, Arizona, California, Utah, Nevada, the Cowboys. I'm from those families that fled over here and kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting and kept fighting. And we preserved our bloodline till now. My grandfather was the one who taught me about being Gullah Geechee. We preserved our culture and our bloodline. We preserved our story. I may not have the accent and all of that, but I'm the walking, talking thing that you're claiming to be. You don't really know what you are. It's just the prophet gave you some science to redeem yourself. You gotta go do a DNA test. My name ain't no slave name. I know exactly what I am, who I am, and what's going on. I was sent here to free y'all from them lies that you teaching. So let's get to the science here. 1492 is when they began to convert Moors to Moriscos, and they began to expel Moors from the Iberian Peninsula altogether. 1492 is only significant to Europe. That's the end of Moorish dominance in Europe, not the whole world. So then in 1521 is when the Indian slave trade started. Long before that. That's why you don't know about what I'm talking about, because I come from that bloodline. I'm really from here, the Gullah Geechee. One of the first people they kidnapped from the Carolinas of my tribe was this brother, Francisco de Chicora. You ever heard of Shakur, Tupac Shakur, Asada Shakur, Afeni Shakur, Matulu Shakur? That all come from out here in the West Coast, brother. Y'all don't know nothing about out there. Y'all niggas, y'all leaders be named like Fred Hampton, white people names. Fred Hampton, Booker T. Washington, and shit like that. Y'all ain't got no, you don't know nothing about no Du Sablé, the man who really built Chicago. That's my type of knowledge. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about the brother Cadillac that built Detroit, not Detroit, Detroit. You don't know nothing about that, brother. Come on, man. And there's ain't nothing wrong with not knowing about that. Y'all can learn. You and that old lady. Y'all can come to me and learn. Francisco de Chicora was the baptismal name given to a Native American kidnapped in 1521, along with 70 others. Okay? Chicora is his Spanish translation of his name. His name is Shakur. Then from Chicora, they got Cherokee. Still today, there's a city called Cherokee Chicora. Don't believe me? I'm going to type it in right now and show it to you. But who doesn't believe me? Who doesn't believe me? Okay? If you don't believe me, put 666. If you believe me, put 777. Okay. I hope you put your 777 because you finna feel dumb if you didn't. There go city signs of it right there. Them is signs from the community all throughout South Carolina. Welcome to Chicora, Cherokee. Chicora, Cherokee welcomes you. Shit from the news, streets around there and all of that, parks, community program. I mean, this ain't stuff I just read. The prophet said. I'm teaching real science. Don't forget, I started off as a 5%er. I didn't learn this stuff from what the prophet said. All the Moorish Science Temple did for me was confirm what I was learning and teaching and confirm what my bloodline really is. My grandpa told me we came over here from France and we were dark skinned and we were Moors. I just had to go confirm it with y'all. I'm the one you reading about. Yeah, player. Come on, man. Stop the jealousy. Chicora was a legendary Native American kingdom or tribe sought during the 16th century by various European explorers in present-day South Carolina. The legend originated after Spanish slave traders captured an Indian they called Francisco de Chicora in 1521. Afterwards, they came to treat Francisco's home country as a land of abundant wealth and natural resources. The Chicora legend influenced both the Spanish and the French in their attempts to colonize North America for the next 60 years. I'm not even going to read all that other part to y'all. If you want to know about that other part, order the Blue Bible and stop playing with yourself. Order the Blue Bible and stop playing with yourself, please. You can get it down there in the description. Even if you were the hater like him, you can still order it. You can get the ebook version. Just download the ebook version, see what I'm talking about. You can make 20 videos proving what I'm saying is wrong. Now, what's so special about the year 1555? Because this is when Sir John Hawkins gets the ship named Jesus from Queen Elizabeth, and they decide, oh, the Spanish over here thinking they finna take over this ancient kingdom Chicora. We finna take over the ancient kingdom Chicora. We finna go over there where the tribes of the Moors is at. Oh, the Moriscos, they got some Moors out here that left, and some Moriscos that they click back up with them, and they over here living the Hebrew fantasy with their ancient kingdoms and having fun on it. Oh, hell no. So Sir John Hawkins was sent to go to Africa, blend in, use all these teachings. Now y'all keep lying saying they taught us about Jesus and Jesus means the devil. No, fool. Jesus does not mean the devil. They used Jesus to shield their dirty religion and come amongst us and act like they wanted to be with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But that's not what they was on at all. Sir John Hawkins used his deceptive ways and his knowledge of Jesus and his knowledge of African culture that he sat around and learned for a while to get people on his ship called Jesus, where he told them he was leading them to heaven and all this, great, milk and honey and more gold than they was getting there. And when he got them there, he just left them stranded. He was paid just to leave them there. And once the people that paid for him got them, they did what they did. You don't believe me? Go look it up yourself. That's Sir John Hawkins. Nothing he says, I've watched some of his videos after he kept hating on me. Nothing he says can be researched. It's always about what the prophet said, the prophet said, the prophet said. Get a book from the prophet. I'm teaching you facts. Because once you learn this, you're going to learn the truth of the math and the science and the identity, and then you're going to be able to learn the laws you need to learn to free yourself from this completely. He going to teach you how to be a robot and hand him money every week and talk about use a Moorish American because I gave you a little piece of paper called a nationality. Nah. The Moors I'm around, they mean business. All right? We ain't playing. Let's just tap into this Sir John Hawkins story. Okay? Now, what was Sir John Hawkins known for? Sir John Hawkins was one of the most notable sailors and naval commanders of the 16th century. He is known for his pivotal role in maritime history of England in the rise of the global slave trade. 300 enslaved Africans, after running private ships in the Anglo-French War of 1557 through 1558, Hawkins had made several voyages to the Canary Islands, where he heard about the possibilities of trading slaves from the west coast of Africa. On his first voyage, he took 300 enslaved Africans across the Atlantic to sail in Spain's Caribbean colonies. So that's where the English lesson C1 reveals to us that this is a lie. They were not enslaved Africans. These were people he fooled and manipulated and act like he was going to give work and gold and all that too. Anybody want to come read the lessons and we could break it all the way down? Because I've confirmed these lessons. We can go deeper into the story of Sir John Hawkins, of how he actually got the slaves. That's how you'll realize they wasn't no slaves. These were people he promised work to and left them stranded. Now, 1555 through 1619. So Sir John Hawkins' ship named Jesus is the first of a whole illegal scheme that lasted for 64 years. Because the whole story of the Mayflower and the ship landing there with 20 people from Angola, a ship landing there with 20 people from Angola called the Mayflower, that's 64 years after this. So there was a 64-year period of dropping confused, tricked Africans off on these islands over here, like Jamaica and all that, and getting their kids and raising their kids to be slaves and taking their kids to the mainland to create a new race called Black. These are a race of people who don't know nothing about themselves except for being Black. So when they finally do learn a little more science, all they're going to say is the prophet said, the prophet said, the prophet said. They will never, ever, ever know about Abdul Ibrahim Sori. They will never, never, ever, ever know about Yaqub al-Mansur. They will never, never, never know about Abu Mansur al-Hakim, Ibir Amir Allah. They will never, ever, ever know about Idris the First. They will never, never, ever know their connection to the truth. They will never know about Francisco de Chicora. They will never know about the last leader of the Cherokee, Ramadan ibn Wati. They will never, ever, ever know about Empress Verdiachi, Turner, Washington, Galston, El Bay. They will never, ever, ever, ever know about Benjamin Banneker. They won't know about these things. They will stay lost in the sauce. It's sad, bro. And then he probably thinks then, you know, there's slavery. No, from 1619 to 1776, which is when the United States decided to form themselves and they got recognized by the Sultan in 1777. During that time, they were warned against French, Spanish, Native, or what they call Indian. Well, guess what? All those groups were Moors. The French weren't white. The French were Moors. That's where I descended from. The Spanish weren't white. The Spanish were Moors. And they had a big empire over here already. And the French had a big empire over here already, going from Canada down to Haiti. They were here fighting all of that. That's why they were forced to sign treaties that said, hey, you can fight all these different entities, but if any of them say that there are more, when you capture them, you got to free them. Because we're the ones that recognize you guys. We're the ones that you pay rent to. We're the reason you're even here. You know who stopped paying rent to the Moorish emperors, the Moorish sultans? The first one to kick it off? Thomas Jefferson. He was the one that decided he didn't want to pay anymore. And you would know that if you got your blue Bible, and you would know it was him and Napoleon that put this whole plan together to make us lose our identity and take over this land. That's why they had the American Revolution and the French Revolution. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Now, here we go. Y'all thought Abdul Rahman Ibrahim Sori was the only one? No. There's a lot of Moorish history out here, man. Yanga of Veracruz led a revolt against slavery in 1570. He was a prince. Yanga was one of the first black liberators in the Americas. He led one of the most successful slave rebellions. Yanga was born in 1545 in West Africa and was a member of the royal family of Africa's Gabon. He was an African prince. This is all before 1619. This is all before the United States or the British or any of that. Y'all don't know about this because y'all don't study Moorish science. Y'all study what the prophet said, what the prophet said, what the prophet said. But y'all never take none of that stuff that the prophet said and go look it up or apply it. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Yanga and his people built a small marooned colony. These colonies were called Maroons because they were made up of African runaways who escaped from slavery in the Americas and formed independent settlements or joined the indigenous people. Yanga's colony was called San Lorenzo de los Negros. But in 1932, the town changed its name to Yanga. Now look it. Meanwhile, in North America, they were still trying to even come. The English were still trying to get over here. We were already having revolts and fighting for for free the enslaved Moors. We already was on that already before the English even got here. So y'all believe in all them stories, man. Y'all need to step y'all game up. Following the failure of the 1585 settlement, a second expedition led by John White. So let me catch y'all up real quick. So 1555 is when Sir John Hawkins starts going in to Africa and manipulating people and getting them on ships and then leaving them in the middle of nowhere on these islands. They weren't bringing them to up north to the mainland in up North America yet. The English was coming straight across from Britain, trying in 1585, but they were getting killed every time they landed over here. It landed on the same island in 1587 and set up another settlement. Raleigh had sent White to establish a city of Raleigh in Chesapeake Bay. The attempt became known as the Lost Colony due to the subsequent unexplained disappearance of its population. Everybody got murdered and disappeared. Their bones wasn't even there no more. Then, 40 years after that, when they finally landed the Mayflower in 1619, 1620, as soon as they got settled in with that, we massacred their ass. We had the Indian Massacre. That was followed. Then we kept whooping their ass, and then we had the Yamasee War, South Carolina. We never let up off of them, bro. The Indian Massacre of 1622, popularly known as the Jamestown Massacre, took place in the English colony of Virginia in what is now the U.S. on March 22nd, 1622. John Smith, though he had not been in Virginia since 1609 and was not an eyewitness, related in his History of Virginia that warriors of the Powhatan came unarmed into our houses with deer, turkey, fish, fruits, and other provisions to sell us. The Powhatan then grabbed any tools or weapons available and killed all the English settlers they found, including men, women, and children of all ages. Chief Opechancanough led the Powhatan Confederacy in a coordinated series of surprise attacks, and they killed a total of 347 people, a quarter of the population of the Virginia colony. That's my people, the Gullah warriors. You were descended of something snitchy, something weak. I could tell. I see it all in your blood, all that white snitch, weak blood up in you. I'm a descendant of the warriors. If it wasn't for me, you'd be somewhere under a slave master right now, licking balls. My granddaddy and them freed you. You should be thanking me. You and that old smoker lady should be making videos thanking my people for freeing y'all. The Gullah Geechee, Gullah Geechee. Come on, man. The Yamasee War, bro. 1715. We had to come back and fight again to free y'all because y'all weaklings. And when I say y'all, am I dividing the black people? No, because I'm mixed in with y'all blood too. We all one. But I'm tapped into that warrior Gullah's part of me. That's what my grandpa told me I am. I don't know what your mama told you we was, but you're tapping into that other part. And I ain't messing with it. Okay? Why was the Yamasee War important? The Yamasee 1715 to 1718 ended the Indian slave trade, brought about the collapse of proprietary government in South Carolina, strengthened Spanish and French prospects in the region, and encouraged the development of powerful Indian confederacies, including the Creek and the Catawba nations. So we ended the Indian slave trade. Then we ended the African slave trade with the Gullah Wars. We helped y'all each time, bro. We had to fight for y'all over and over and over and over again. This is the thanks we get. Y'all calling us names. Y'all telling us we ain't with y'all. We was the Moorish Americans before y'all. Who are you? You're not Gullah Geechee. You're nothing. You probably not even tribe. You probably just some nigga saying he Moroccan. Or he Moor-ish. Like a Jew-ish. Right? There go your master, your God in the flesh, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the one you worship every word he says. Yeah, he don't look too different from the dude on the right side, huh? And they're both from the Carolinas. He's from North Carolina. The other dude's from South Carolina, from the Yamasee War right there. Yeah. So here's the question. Why are they both from the Carolinas? Were these aboriginals descendants of Moroccans? Today, we do not understand the Yamasee War because we, the so-called black people of North America, identify ourselves as slaves, causing us to begin our own history at 1620 with the arrival of 20 Angolans to Virginia on a ship named Mayflower. However, our ancestors who fought in the Yamasee War were descendants of Turks who were left stranded in North Carolina. Many of our ancestors were kidnapped from the Holy Lands and left stranded. That is the science of English lesson C1. The science of the 101 MSTA is based on the mystery of the people known as Melungeon. That's what I am. That's what you're not. We ain't even gonna go into this because I ain't got enough time. I was gonna break down English lesson C1 to you. I'm gonna just break down the Melungeons to you. Here goes a Melungeon named N. Brent Kennedy. In April 1996, he flew to Istanbul and wrote a book showing that hundreds of captured Ottoman sailors were dumped on the shores of North Carolina by Sir Francis Drake in the 18th century. Sir Francis Drake in the 18th century. Oh, looks like I'm finna teach PNF again. Let's time to teach PNF something else. Come on.
You know, when you're a black man in America, you gotta make something out of nothing, baby. You gotta wiggle, you gotta move, you gotta finesse, you gotta tap in. That part.
Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the black Illuminati. We be posted at Lamert Park, hustling, catching bodies. A dripping OT. Thirsty peaches flew to Saudi. Money schemes, my niggas had dreams of riding Bugattis. Now it's 4-finger rings supreme with kings around me. Watch me turn the metaphysical to physical. It's not just lyrical, it's literal. These guns get rid of you, the spiritual. Spit out, let drip off a nigga lip, but get up in you and rip you up like 100 hollow tips. Bismillah, Iraq, Rahim. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammadeen. Had a dream last night on some other shit. Farrakhan and Malcolm X pulled up in the mothership. Talking about UFOs, black kings and queens that was rich as fuck, swimming in pools of gold. But niggas like you don't wanna hear that though. You were descended of one of them snitches or dudes that told the white man about all the fucking Jews and gold. And that's how everybody in the crew got sold. Fucking blabbermouth. I don't like his type. Pull that ratchet out. We tapping in. All these bitch niggas doing is tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out, tapping out. Gold chains, heads wrapped like a Saudi. Tap in with the lokes. We the black Illuminati.
No, you see that one? Yeah.
Oh, we back at it.
That's that one. Yeah, back at it. In the hood entertainment. You feel me?
Night, man.
That part.
You never know what's gonna bring.
See, I ain't know if it's in the hood music, in the hood clothes. That's where they go. In the hood entertainment. It's in the hood entertainment.
Everything.
So, what you gotta know about Sir Francis Drake is he was friends with Sir John Hawkins. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know if they were buddies, friends like that, but he was part of that whole world of Queen Elizabeth with the ships and the English traders that were going against the Spanish and trying to kidnap people and all of that. And he actually went around the whole world between in the second half of the 1500s, like between 1560 something and 1590 something, right? And right here in this story, you see that events worsen. Okay, let me skip ahead. Let me skip ahead for y'all. The Spanish launched a fire ship against Hawkins' flagship, Jesus of Lubeck. So John Hawkins is getting into it with the Spanish. He's going crazy. He's trying to manipulate people in Africa. He's trying to steal Spanish boats with people on them. He's trying to get as many people as he can and leave stranded on these islands for the white man to create into slaves. And the crew of Minion, in panic and fear, cut the line securing them to Jesus. Hawkins was among those who jumped from the flagship's bulwarks to Minion's decks. Drake, by this time the captain of Judith, fled, leaving Hawkins behind. Hawkins escaped on Minion and limped back to England with dozens of his men dying along the way, and arriving with a crew of just 15. Hundreds of English seamen were abandoned. After arriving back in England, Hawkins accused Drake of desertion and of stealing the treasure they had accumulated. Drake denied both accusations, asserting he had distributed all profits among the crew and that he had believed Hawkins was lost when he left. The bitter end of the fourth voyage turned Drake's life in a different direction. Thereafter, he would not pursue trading and slaving, but would instead dedicate himself to attacking Spanish possessions wherever he found them. Drake's hostility towards the Spanish is said to have started with the battle and its aftermath. The voyage of 1567 through 1569 was Drake's last association with slaving. In total, approximately 1,200 Africans were enslaved on these 4 voyages, and an estimated 3 times as many Africans were killed On the issue of slaving, scholar John Sugden writes that Drake was in his 20s and did not question what his elders accepted, but must share some culpability for his participation. Okay, so the point is that the brother Drake, I want to go look it up for y'all, but you know, I don't feel like wasting too much time. I gotta go. But I just want to let y'all know that he went around the world and dropped a bunch of brothers who was Turks off in the Carolinas. This is why you see in the Yamasee War, they got the Turkish flag and the Turkish clothing with the Scottish clothing mixed in and all that. It's too deep for me to explain, but it's all Gullah though, bro. And that's why you need to stop fighting it and join in and realize that, Luke, I am your father. Straight up. Peace to the Divine family. You know what it is. Tap in for your blue Bible right there in the description. You know, you can get the ebook version too for the 13. Don't play.
Hey, Zeus. We go all the way through. That's what I'm saying.
Migo. Hey. It's all hood politics, acknowledge it. These niggas ain't graduate from no colleges in Hollywood. All these rappers selling they soul. Finger in the booty hole, these niggas Marilyn Monroe. Ray pride, gay pride, fuckers up with that. I thought I saw a gang with 6ix9ine, I had to double back. Hold up, look, that's that nigga whack. Damn, that shit was whack. You know real niggas never feel you in the trap. How you say you blood, stab the bloods in the back and give a voice to a fake blood, nigga, that's a rat. And he told on niggas wear the same color flag. And now YG doing videos of drag. You know it's all bad when you listening to rap and you gotta hear a bunch of niggas snitch between the ads. Oh, man. Alright, I told him take all my jewelry, clothes and guns and let me fast for 40 days by my lonely. We the 5% of the 5%, we the only ones. Lil Jamar told Vlad to his face that we the chosen ones. I shouted out Farrakhan right there on no jumper, cuz owe me one. I'm Joseph's son, I'm Mansa Musa. I'm the one that set it up, the driver and the shooter. Crip Jesus make the trap say hallelujah. Rest in peace Raymond Washington, free Larry Hoover. It's all hood politics, acknowledge it. These niggas ain't graduate from no colleges, play ball for no scholarships, read books by Malcolm X. I gotta reach him and teach us what the teachers didn't teach him. The lost tribe of Jesus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We the lost tribe of Jesus. Israel Muslim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm him. Let's go.